Hello. So this is about Confucianism. I have a quote here from that. It says the youth should be respectful of his elders. So Confucianism is a Chinese ethical and philosophical system developed from the teaching of the Chinese philosopher Confucius. This complex system of thought includes moral, social, political, um, philosophical, and quasi-religious thought. It has had a considerable influence on the culture and the history of East Asia. While it originated in China, it has spread to Korea, Taiwan, and Vietnam. Most people who adhere to the teachings of Confucius follow traditional Chinese religion, which blends Confucianism, Buddhism, Taoism, and traditional local practices and beliefs. The symbol to the right here stands for water. Though Confucianism is recognized as one of the 11 main living religions, it has no standard symbol or icon representing its belief system. Quite often, though, this Chinese ideogram for water is utilized. It represents the source of life in Chinese philosophy. Demographics. It is very difficult to get an accurate figure on how many people practice Confucianism. In fact, there are statistics showing that less than 10 million people follow Confucianism, while others show that there are nearly 350 million. The reason for this extreme disparity is due to the way in which these figures are reported. Some figures include people who only believe in Confucianism, while others include people who believe in traditional Chinese folk religion. However, it is clear that the vast majority of individuals who follow it reside in East Asia. Origins. Kung Fu Zhao, but commonly referred to in English as Confucius, was born in 5051 BCE in the state of Lu, what is now the modern-day Shantung province in China. When he was 22 years old, he opened a school. Successfully teaching led to his appointment as Minister of Justice of Lu. He eventually left and traveled through China for 13 years, giving advice to rulers of various provinces. During this time, he accumulated a small number of students. He eventually returned to Lu, where he devoted himself to teaching. He died in 470 BCE at the age of 72. His lifetime almost coincided exactly with the life of Buddha. Coincided with exactly the life of Buddha, who died 2 years earlier at the age of 80. It's important to remember that during his lifetime, Confucius was anything but famous. In fact, Confucianism as an institution was not established until long after his death. During the 4th and 3rd century BCE, a diverse collection of his writings circulated concerning his life and teachings. However, these teachings had little cohesion. Finally, during the 2nd and 1st centuries BCE, a cohesive system of Confucian beliefs were formed. Beliefs. Confucian belief around humanity, center around humanity. Of the important values emphasized in Confucian thoughts, these were stressed the most. So Li includes ritual, property, etiquette. Haizao, love within the family, love of the parents for their children, and the children for their parents. Yi, righteousness. Sin, honesty and trustworthiness. Zhen, benevolence, humanism towards others. The highest Confucian virtue. Cheng, loyalty to the state. The following are 5 broad topics that are often covered by religion. So what's after this is, so Confucianism. So first we have sacred narrative and text. The idea of learning from the past is fundamental to Confucian thinking. And the early histories and bibliographies are the closest thing to the sacred narrative in Confucianism. Among the classics are many stories that contain a moral component or exemplify an effort to understand why things happen as they did. Specifically, Confucius is credited with either compiling or editing what are known as 5 classics. They include classics of change, classics of poetry, classics of rites, classics of history, spring and autumn annuals. Also, the 4 books are also a group of Chinese classic texts that were selected in the Song dynasty as an introduction to Confucian thought. So we have ultimate reality and divine beings. Confucius did not deny the existence of reality beyond the human world, but he said that the nature of ultimate reality and the intentions of expectations of divinations are beyond human capacity to know and understand. Human morals should therefore be based on human relationships without reference to some higher thing, human nature and purpose of existence. Confucian scholars have long debated essential human nature without reaching agreement as to its fundamental characteristics. Most agree, however, that the purpose of existence is to reach one's highest potential as a human being. Through a rigorous process of self-cultivation that lasts a lifetime, one may eventually become a perfected person. Suffering and the problem of evil. According to some interpretations of Confucianism, suffering and evil are inevitable in human life and can promote learning and growth. A mistake is not a sin, but an opportunity to learn and do better next time. Empathy for the suffering of others also provides motivation to grow morally, but not all humans are capable of empathy. Afterlife and salvation. Confucius stated that the afterlife was beyond human comprehensions. Humans should live and behave in such a way as to promote ideal social relations rather than act based on expectations of rewards or punishment after death. So that's it for this video. I hope you learned a little something. Thanks for watching.